This vintage photograph captures the scale that has defined the Taj Mahal for centuries. It remains history's most recognizable architectural tribute to romantic love. Standard history frames Arjamand Banu Begum, Mumtaz Mahal, as the beautiful muse, a devoted wife who inspired the emperor from the sidelines. However, court records document a woman who held the absolute imperial seal and sat behind marble screens during council meetings to review military orders. To understand the grief that built the Taj Mahal, we have to look at the political and strategic power of the woman buried inside it. The Taj Mahal records the sudden removal of an emperor's most trusted advisor. It is a monument to an immense political loss and a total psychological breakdown. In 1607, the romance began in the Meena Bazaar, a private palace market where noblewomen traded silks and glass beads away from the public eye. This painting shows the young Prince Khurram holding a jewel, capturing the moment he first saw 14-year-old Arjamand. He was 15 and immediately infatuated. He bought a simple glass bead she was examining for 10,000 rupees, an irrational, exorbitant sum designed to get her attention. While they were engaged quickly, court astrologers declared the stars would not align for their union for another 5 years. During this wait, Khurram entered a separate political marriage with a Persian princess. Polygamy was standard for Mughal royalty, but his devotion to Arjamand was a historical anomaly. When they finally married in 1612, he titled her Mumtaz Mahal, the chosen one of the palace. These marble screens in the imperial council chamber were where Mumtaz Mahal exercised her influence. She sat behind them during high-stakes meetings, weighing in on matters of the state. Shah Jahan entrusted her with the Muhr-Uzza, the absolute imperial seal. This chain of command shows decrees originated from the emperor, but required a physical stamp from the Muhr-Uzza node. No order moved forward without her review. These lines of influence show her direct interventions, saving political prisoners and redirecting funds to the poor. She functioned as the final gatekeeper of Mughal power, the co-architect of her husband's entire reign. This rugged plateau reflects their middle years. When Khurram rebelled against his father for the throne, he lived as a fugitive for years. Mumtaz refused the safety of the capital. She followed him through the Deccan Plateau and Bengal, enduring life in military camps while constantly pregnant. Their partnership was hardened in the trenches of war and survival before returning to royal luxury. When the 1631 Deccan Rebellion broke out, Mumtaz again insisted on riding out to the military camp in Burhanpur. Looking out from the Agra fort shows the safety of these walls. The most powerful woman in the empire abandoned this comfort for the front lines. She died in a dusty military tent after an agonizing 30-hour labor. Giving birth to her 14th child on the battlefield was the final toll of her devotion to the empire's campaigns. This death on the front lines defines her legacy. She died an active participant in the dangerous mechanics of the empire. The immediate aftermath was a total psychological break. Shah Jahan locked himself in his quarters for exactly 1 week. He ate nothing and spoke to no one. This painting of an older noble with a stark white beard reflects the shock the court felt when the emperor finally emerged. His back was bent and his dark hair had turned entirely white overnight. The entire empire entered a strict 2-year mourning period. Music, celebrations, and bright clothes were outlawed by imperial decree. Look at the detail of this intricately carved marble screen inside the Taj Mahal. This level of craftsmanship was commissioned to house the remains of an irreplaceable political partner. The Taj Mahal is the desperate, obsessive attempt of a broken emperor to immortalize the only co-ruler who stood by him through exile, war, and the burden of empire.